Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here, and it's time to review Are You There, God? It's me, Margaret. This is the adaptation of the classic Judy Blume novel. It's a coming-of-age story about Margaret, who's an 11-year-old girl, navigating a new move from the city to the suburbs, along with all the other trials and tribulations that come with being an 11-year-old. This is directed by Kelly Fremon Craig, who did The Edge of 17, which I really liked. And clearly, between these two, she has a knack for telling really honest, heartfelt coming-of-age stories. The subjects of her movie are treated with respect and intelligence, no matter their age. And what's special about this movie is that it's quite an ordinary year in the life of an 11-year-old. You know, she's not navigating some sort of like insane grief. Nothing terrible happens to her. And yet it's exciting and compelling because we're brought so deeply into Margaret's life. And we can all recognize parts of her adolescence as our own. I definitely related to the awkwardness of being 11 and especially just interacting with other 11-year-olds as an 11-year-old. Kelly Fremon Craig sometimes really bathes in the awkwardness of being this age and embraces cringe, which is important when you're making a movie about preteens. If your movie is not cringe, then you didn't do it right. The movie definitely plays well to younger audiences who are the age of the main character in the story, and it seems to serve the same function that Judy Blume's novel did. It may have the power to make young girls feel less alone in their struggles growing up and dealing with topics that we don't really talk about, like periods, which this movie very openly is about. But it's also a really great watch for anybody of any age. I think parents would definitely enjoy this movie, especially with the focus it gives to Rachel McAdams' character, who is trying to navigate parenting an 11-year-old for the first time. The movie's just a really warm, heartfelt experience. I was totally into it from start to finish, teared up a couple times. I would say the way it's shot is only like a tier above a sitcom. It's not like innovative on a technical level or anything like that. It has a great message. That's really what counts. And the performances are really good too. Rachel McAdams being the standout in my opinion. I'm probably missing out on some key Rachel McAdams performances, but this is the best I've seen her. She's even better here than she was in Spotlight, which she was Oscar nominated for. The movie definitely makes a point that, you know, parents and grandparents and everybody who's way older than you is also struggling to adapt and figure out this thing we call life. And Rachel McAdams' performance is just so authentically like a mother trying her best. Kathy Bates is good. I wouldn't say she does anything you haven't seen her do. She's funny at parts. Abby Ryder Fortson is an excellent find. She is so grounded and down to earth as Margaret. She just feels like a regular, awkward, relatable preteen girl. Maybe she can get a Golden Globe nomination or something, who knows. It is interesting seeing Benny Safdie in the role as the father because he's just very like wholesome and sweet. He's pretty charming in it. I wouldn't say that he blew me away in it. His character isn't as like deeper layered as maybe Rachel McAdams' character. It does a great job exploring the many expectations that we have for what life is supposed to be like and certain rituals, like what getting your period is supposed to mean, and it all kind of ties into religion. I'm not gonna kind of spoil how everything is tied together for you, but it had a really good message. It was pretty insightful. I just love when movies bring you into different worlds. And even a year in the life of an 11-year-old girl can be worthy of a movie. And it was impressive how even 50 years after this book was written, some of the topics and conversations that they have in this movie actually feel like they are refreshing and needed. Conversations about adolescence often feel very taboo, especially when it comes to women. I guess looking at like the Metascore, which is like 86, Rotten Tomatoes, we're going real high on there, 99 I think. You know, I don't expect it to be like one of my favorite movies of the year. With those reviews, you kind of wonder like maybe there will be Oscar buzz for the movie. I think the Oscars are a little averse to young adult things. 8th Grade did not get a single Oscar nomination. Maybe this could squeeze into adapted screenplay. That would be a nice way to honor it. Again, I would support Rachel McAdams, but I think that's about it. Would definitely recommend the movie. I give it an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Is your God there for you?